Okay, so now we will have a short talk about operators you can use with lists. This is quite similar to what we have already seen with strings, so it should be, and it's quite natural, so it shouldn't be difficult for you. Uh, well, there are a few operators you can use on lists. One of them is plus, so it basically means concatenation of lists. So the lists are just added together, similarly as strings were just added together, so one string followed the other. So here, if you have two lists, the result of adding two lists is just concatenating two lists. Is just a list which first you go through elements of one list, and then you start going through elements of second list. You can of course add more than two lists. There's no problem with that. So here you can see an example of that. We have a list with animals, we have a list with fruits. We add them together and we check what is the resultant list. And first we have the first list, so animals, and then we have a second list, so fruits. So this is a plus operator, concatenation list. Another operator which can be used on list, again similar like in with strings, we have multiplication operator, which can be used with integer numbers. So if I multiply animals list by 3, I get a bigger list which has the animals list repeated 3 times inside it. So yeah, quite natural. Again, the same thing we've seen with strings. I guess there's not much we can say here, not much more. Yeah, and final thing, which is very useful for list, is the in operator. So basically we can check whether something is an element of a list. So we can check if cat is in animals, and yes, it is, because there is an element like this. If we check dog, we will also get an answer true. As you can see, the result of this operator is a boolean, so either a true or false value. Lion is not present in my animals list, so if I check whether lion is in animals, I get false. Why is this useful? Well, because now if we have an operator like this, we can use conditional statements together with lists and easily check, for instance, if an apple is an element in fruits. So if I run this example, the list contains an apple. If I, for instance, check whether a banana is in this list, I should get this behavior. So this code should be executed because this expression is evaluated to false. And so I get the answer that the list does not contain apple. Well, I checked whether banana is present. Well, but here in the text it's written apple. So if I want to check for banana, I would have to write banana here. Of course, there are some ways in strings you can automate this, but it's actually good that this happened, because you can see that with Python you have to be very explicit. The example was prepared to check whether apple is present in fruits, and this text here was prepared in such a way that it gives an informative information for a user whether apple is present in a list. For instance, if I change the list of fruits so that it does not contain apples, then if I check this example again, I again get this behavior. Apple is not present in fruits. And simply changing to banana here will not automatically change to banana here and here. You can get this behavior, but this is separate reason. You will learn how to do it in next courses, more advanced courses. Here what is important to remember for you is that this expression can be evaluated to be either true or false. Right now it is false, so this code is skipped, this code is executed, and so this line is printed. If I again add apple to the list, no matter where it is, whether in front or at the end, and now run this example, my apple is again in the list fruits, so this expression will be evaluated to true, so this code will be run, this code will be skipped, so I should see the output, the list contains an apple. Of course, you can combine different operators, so for instance, if you want to check whether something is not in a list, you can just write not in and check if cat is not in animals. So cat is in a list animals, as we have already seen right here, right? So we get that this expression is equal to false. Lion is not in animals, so if I ask Python lion not in animals, the expression evaluates to true. Yeah, so these are the operators you can use on lists. They are pretty useful, and I encourage you to use them. Now we will have a look at built-in functions which are available in Python, which you can use with list. We've already seen some, but we'll expand this topic a little bit more in the next video. So thank you for your attention and see you there.